I know I speak for all of us when I say that we all want to be financially independent, but what does that really mean? Well, we brought back our resident money guy for our Money Monday segment, Kyle Winkfield. He is here to explain financial independence and how we can actually achieve it. How are you?
Well, how you doing?
Good, good. Just start out by giving us that definition of financial independence, because I feel like we all might have different definitions of what it actually means.
So there's a couple. There's an emotional one, then there's a practical one. The practical one essentially means you're no longer trading your time for money. Like you're not laboring for money, right? You're done. Like your money is taking care of your lifestyle. You can go out and do whatever you want with your time.
Got it.
The emotional one is you don't sit around freaked out that the goose that's laying the golden paychecks for you every month is going to die, right? So therefore, I might have to go back to work. So you're like this, right? So usually really good savers could probably be financially independent. They're just overly worried about their money, so they can't enjoy it.
Got it. Okay, that actually makes sense. So at Finley Alexander, you do have this tagline that you can help good savers become financially independent. What does that mean and how do you do it?
Okay, so number one, it means financial independence for them means if you're a good saver, it really just means having the peace of mind that you're not going to run out of money, having the peace of mind that you're not going to get crushed in taxes, that you're going to be able to have lifestyle security, whatever that is, for as long as you're here, and then be able to give and help other people around you while you're here without giving up some of that lifestyle security. So I think that's the first thing we really help really good savers do, is to finally get on and enjoy some of those good savings and have the good life that they've worked so hard for.
So what are the two things that we all should know to help us steer ourselves towards that financial independence so that we can have that security and that emotional security as well?
Yeah. So, first of all, Wall Street got it wrong, and they had everybody focus on net worth, and they have everybody focusing on this grandiose number that they need. And maybe it's grandiose for some, maybe for some it's not. But I like to just kind of put it to this. It's the obvious. Income, cash flow. If you can think of it this way, and I want the viewers to think of this too. If you could have your paycheck right now, if you could quit your job but not your paycheck, how many would do it? How many would do it? It's cash flow. What's your cash flow number? What's that income? And is it coming in a sustainable, predictable way? If that money's coming in that way, then you're good to go. That's the first step. That's step one. Here's the second step. Guess what? Taxes. You got to be tax efficient, because you might have your income right, but then here comes the government saying gobble, 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 and pulls it down. So be tax efficient based on what sources of income are coming in. Are you going to pay the least amount of taxes over time? Think of those two things. If you can get your income right and you can reduce Uncle Sam's take, you can then hop to the next step, which is deal with change and give and enrich the community around you and the people you care about.
All right. So I'm going to skip ahead because you touched on taxes. And now I want to talk about that because everyone has to pay it. They always say death and taxes. You cannot get away from those two things. Yeah. How do we keep that from hurting our savings? Because we're just trying to save. So
so those are some of the bigger questions, right? And so the first thing I want to leave folks with and have you think about is where you save and invest your money determines how much of it you get to keep, use, and spend based on taxes, right? So depending on where you put it determines how much you'll pay in taxes later when you use the money. Some places where you park money and grow and invest it, you don't have to pay any future taxes on it. That's good, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Some places, the government controls how much taxes you pay when you pull the money out. In some places, you pay taxes up front, and then you can pay taxes while the money's growing. Whoops. So understanding that and understanding your tax exposure based on where you're parking your money, that helps. So knowing that ahead of time helps you get to financial independence a lot sooner, because taxes kill most people's independence or take away from most people's spendable dollar, which makes them say, whoops, I don't know if I'll be able to live my life the way I want to. So being very, very tax conscious and focus on forward tax planning, you'll be good to go.
All right, good. And you're also talking about creating an income for yourself and after you've decided to stop working. So that becomes sort of like, I think you used the word work optional, right?
Yeah, work optional. Like right now, you're working to eat, working to live. Let's get to the place where you work because it's something you enjoy doing. So I think the key is being able to create those layers of income that are guaranteed, that are coming in. My question is the multiple streams of income that you may create, how dependable are they? How dependable are they?
Industries can change on a dime. I think we've all learned that in the pandemic. Thank you so much for shedding light on this. And of course, if someone wants to reach out just to get all their money in order, how should they do that with you?
They can go to finleyalexander.com. But here's the thing, you can go on there, go to financial resources, go to financial literacy, and go to like educational resources on the website. And for those of you who have questions about taxes and just different ways to do it, I have something called Retiree Tax Mistakes. Get that guide. That's probably one of the best guides. A lot of folks love that guide because it just breaks everything down at an 8th grade level or lower or simpler. And then, so that's good. And there's another one on there. If you are trying to get organized, you can get our organizer and some other resources there. So just check it out. It's a lot of helpful stuff to get you moving in the right direction.
All right. Kyle Wingfield, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it. And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.